Hello, everyone. I am Gandair of the gaming clan, Vato clan, and I don't know what I'm doing with Udyr. I got that nice Spirit Guard Udyr skin, and I want to start playing that champion, but where do I start in Dominion with Udyr? I don't know. But LoLPro.com exists, and they're a great website for finding out where to start with a champion, even for Dominion. You go there, click on the Pro Guides section of the website. There's a little link up at the top of the page. Scroll down a little bit, and let's see if they have a Dominion guide for Udyr on here. And hey, there we go. Fancy Wolf, Dominion competitor Fancy Wolf, has written a guide for Udyr in Dominion. That's pretty cool. We can go ahead and click through to that. If you guys want to know where to get started with Udyr, this guide can help you out, just like it's going to help me out when I get a read-through of this. It tells me a little overview about runes and masteries, summoner spells, skill order, gives a basic set of starting items, and little pros and cons section, counter picks. There's got to be more to it than that. Hey, what do you know? There is. There's a next button down here at the bottom, which will take us through all the rest of these tabs. Man, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to give this a read through. I'm going to put my Spirit Guard Udyr skin to good use, and you can do that too if you want to know where to start in Dominion with Udyr. LoLPro.com. Go to the guide section, click on Fancy Wolf's Udyr guide, and get started with that character today. All right.
Yeah.
Dude, Pooters bird. Oh man, I am really excited for this.
Pooters.
Okay, let me what did I do with that bracket link? Did I close that? I'll just get it from you
I'm
again.
I'm just gonna give a really quick shout out to Pooters. Remember the graphic that says 87.4 people bring revive, and there's like a 6% win percentage without revive.
4.7, yeah.
4.7. Yeah, that 4.7 might have been one of these players over here. So.
Yeah, there were it was like 60 to 3. 60 games won of teams with revive. And then teams without revives only won 3 games against teams with revives.
Yeah. But we're going to get into this one in just a second.
Oh, well, we actually have another sort of legendary player here as well. Pooters, who's like perfected the art of backcapping and like capture harass. We also have Armed Weasel, the only person to ever get a pentakill in competition in Dominion. He got it with Draven. So, wow, this is going to be... I'm really excited for this game. This is going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, this is going to be a great one. I think the chat says some things over there for that, but what's Dominion is going to be on the blue side? LPO, I'm not going to say that name. Ludifico, Pullem, Officinas. I think that's the best I could do with that one. LPO going to be on the purple/red side. Round of 32 action. This is the match that the chat has been waiting for, and it's going to come live, and it's going to be really interesting. And what's Dominion? That's going to be an interesting team in the sense that, yeah, they're going to break some barriers of the supposed meta.
Okay. I'm just filling in the team names really quick here.
Yep. Oh.
And if you want to talk about the bans and stuff real fast.
Yeah, definitely, and the bans and picks are going to be starting out really soon. It is going to be the Pooters Show. That's the game name of that one. Of course, you guys can't see it over here, but that is what is presented now.
There we go.
There. What's moving on the blue side? LPO on the purple/red side. Nidalee, Kassadin, Jayce. There's a 3. I'm pretty sure they're going to be banned out. Kassadin and Nidalee for sure. There's poke. The poke is just really, really good for both those two champions, but also the maneuverability that we've been honing in quite a bit through just all of Dominion cast today. It is a really, really big thing. So Kassadin Riftwalk, Nidalee with the crew reform into brushes to get that extra move speed. Going from top to the bottom lane would be so simple. So Nidalee, Kassadin, bye-bye. We're probably not going to see you with the more competitive teams. At least Jayce is going to be banned out as well. Jayce, a very, very good thing about maneuverability with Acceleration Gate. Although being nerfed quite a bit, it's still a really, really strong combo. And then on top of that, you have the combo of the Acceleration Gate on top of Shock Blast comes in from Jayce players all around the world. So very cool to see that. Elise getting banned out. we've talked about maneuverability, although Elise has been played quite a bit. It takes a lot of skill to actually play out Elise in the sense that you have to get in that backline or you have to use your repel, your main key ability of maneuverability in a very defensive or offensive way, and you have to decide that within split seconds of just trying to get in onto the opposing team. So Elise being banned out, not really too surprising. Amumu being banned out, kind of surprising, but I mean, Amumu is a very, very strong pick. Kha'Zix as well, being banned out from the team LPO. Very strong damage up front, and then once he gets the reset, it's very, very deadly. So, like to see, or I love the bans. They're doing a really good job with that one. And we'll see what's Dominion picking up the first item. The first pick is going to be Wukong.
Wukong is a very, very popular character because, as mentioned before, he with his ability to initiate armor reduction, AoE airborne, it's a great combination, and he can reliably deliver that. That's one of the most important things to note, because that's how you start off the fight. Hit 2 keys! Well, hit 1 key, blink your eyes, hit the other key, and there you go. You have done something amazing for your team. And there's really no way to stop that, because that's how the fight starts. Other characters in the game, you can avoid their damage. Annie's ultimate can be mitigated by you guys just be spread out. Tibbers is not going to hit everyone if you're spread out. Wukong just dashes out of nowhere, airbornes your entire team, then the rest of his crew comes out of the jungle, and they wreck you. Gotta watch out for that. Wukong is a great character, and very, very dangerous because, okay, do you kill Wukong? Well, he already airborned you, so if you kill him, well, he's not going to airborne you anymore. There's really no way to stop him from airborning you, except for vision. Vision's the important thing. You want to be able to see him coming, you want to get those Grezes and those Sweepers out on the map, revealing areas so that he can't pull a stunt like dashing up quickly out of the fog of war or anything. And another thing about Wukong is with the Youmuu's Ghostblade, that enables him to close even faster to deliver that airborne to the team. It's brutal. Really good character.
Yeah, and it's a very strong character in Dominion, in Summoner's Rift, even in Twisted Tree Lines. So I like to see the play of the Wukong, and I like to see if Emperor Hick can do some really great stuff. We saw the Wukong in the first matchup do quite a bit well in the first game. Unfortunately banned out, I think, the second game, and then not really used in the third game. So we'll see how we will rock it down with the Cyclone and Madness of the Decoy coming up from Wukong. On the other hand, for the side of LPO, we have that J4 locked in, Vi being locked in yet again. We've been seeing those characters quite a bit, but there's a Janna pick going to be locked in for Ragnarok. What do you think about that Janna pick?
Janna, or Janna, I actually always forget which way it's pronounced, but she's very good because of 2 things. Number 1, her ability to disrupt on points. The way that she can hold the airborne for a while before sending it out is good, because then it's when do I actually try to cap or stop capping, or how, when, where, or why. She plays that mind game with people. Slow is really good. Janna helps secure kills plenty of time. And the knockback, it's good for clearing out enemies from a point. If you want to dive onto a point where the enemies are tanked up, and you kick them off of their own point, oops. Plus, damage shields are amazing. And damage shields on Jarvan, who already has a damage shield, that's just unfair. That's just not very... Maybe not unfair, I mean, I'm sure it's pretty balanced, but it's just not nice. You never like to see that happen to you.
The effective HP also with Vi, with her Vault Breaker in, is going to be able to get that shield off of the Excessive Force the second time, so that's really cool to see out as well. And we're going to see the shield comp come into play. On the other hand, on the other side, they're going to lock it in. It's going to be Pooters with the Lulu. The Lulu pick, again, we talked about it, shielding up, doing some really good things. We'll talk about what could be happening during the delay in a second, but Pooters, he's doing his number 1 thing. He's going to be doing the speed, the disruption with that Lulu.
Pooters is going to poot. That's the best way to phrase it. He used to do this with, the champions he did this with the most were Janna and Zilean. And he was the only Zilean. That's the only time we ever saw Zilean, except for once we saw him as an AP carry once by a team. And it was okay, but for the most part, he took advantage of Zilean's movement speed and ability to stay alive to move around the map and aggressively backcap points. Now, what this did is he didn't always get the captures, but if he did, well, oops, that's not good for your team. But the more important part was, by him putting pressure on the backfield of a team, it forced someone to be on permanent, not in team fights. You had to permanently break someone off, and I think that's what Ragnarok's job is going to be, because Janna's a character that can do that also. So I would expect Janna and Lulu to follow each other around the map for pretty much the entire darn game. And the thing that makes Lulu scary is Pooters, if he wants to do the aggressive backcapping style of play, then yeah, you can win games with that. Yes, it's very disruptive. Yes, it messes up team fights, but basically turns the game into a 1v1 bottom, a 3v3 top, and a Pooters and Janna in the middle of the map running around trying to backcap and stop backcapping. So it breaks the game up like that. But Lulu is also an extremely powerful champion. If while Pooters is backcapping, he wants to swing by a team fight, ult someone, and then like whimsy someone else and then run away, congratulations, you've contributed something amazing to a team fight, and you've escaped away to put pressure somewhere else. So then if the enemy goes up to respond to you being there, you're already long gone, but your spells have been used on the fight, you're good, and then you tag out to go interrupt the tower. It's brutally effective sometimes, and there's the duty, the anti-backcapping has just been called anti-pooting, because he had done this for a very, very long time. And, you know, backcapping was defeated after the first few months. You kind of learned how to respond to the backcapping Rammus, Shaco, and Twitch with the Priscilla's Blessing back in the day. And then we learned how to respond to that. But then Pooters just kept refining it and refining it. And he is hands down the best at backcapping. Take a look at some of their spells. He needs that flash. Ghosts, you give him the movement speed. He can't take Revive because he needs the escape from Flash. Flash is a spell that you use in Dominion if your character does not already have a built-in escape. And Pooters is one of those few people that doesn't run Revive because he just can't fit the spell into his kit. Other pure support players, like sometimes Zemike, would run a pure support style, and he would take Exhaust Garrison, and he wouldn't take Revive. So this is one of the few instances of a top-level player not using it, just because they have figured out something different. Really quickly, though, before we go into the next game, I just want to say another shout-out to LoLPro.com, their guides section. If you want to learn about Dominion and you want to see some guides from people about how to play Dominion, then all you need to do is go to LoLPro.com, then click on the Pro Guides section. Go to their main page, LoLPro.com, click on Pro Guides. It's at the top of the screen, and then it'll take you over here to the Pro Guides section, where you can see guides written for Dominion by Dominion players. The people that play Dominion competitively can be found with their guides over here on this website. So if you want to know how to play Dominion, then this is the place to go for guides. They have just look how far down. Like, just scroll, and there's just Dominion guides all the way down. It's excellent, and I love it, and I'm so glad it exists. The ones I'm going to recommend the most are Half-Hearted's brand guide, Mad Supportal, aka Zemike, his Lulu guide, Painkiller's Evelyn, and where's Sauron's Jax and Jarvan are probably going to be some of the best ones that you can read. So I highly encourage everyone to go and check that out. If you want to learn about Dominion gameplay and guides for champions, lolpro.com/guides. Go to the main page, click on Pro Guides, scroll down, find the champion that you want for Dominion, and bring your game up to another level.
Yes, we are going to bring up this game to another level. Round of 32 action, LoLPro Dominion Showdown, about to start up. What's Dominion is going to be on the blue side, and we're going to see LP, the Ludifico Pullem Officinas going to be playing out on that purple/red side. Again, for LoLPro, Curse, Leaguepedia, and Reina Gaming, I want to thank out the sponsors tenfold, and especially for me as well, TDTV, Tower Die TV, the casting academy, doing a really good job helping me out, help you guys out, learn about Dominion.
Yeah, shoutouts to Lunat the Herald for being really cool. One of the more awesome people that I have dealt with on the business end of esports, and the rest of the people at Tower Dive TV. And I want to say a special thank you to the people at LoLPro and Asil for getting me involved with this project. I absolutely love commentating Dominion, so this is a real treat for me to take some time off my normal day job, come over here, cast some excellent games for you guys, and not have to walk back and forth all day because my job involves a lot of standing and walking. So we are at the loading screen for the round of 32 game, the LoLPro Dominion Showdown. This is going to be What's Dominion versus Ludifico, Pullem, Officinas, and you go ahead and intro What's Dominion so you don't have to say that other name.
Yeah, what's the main going to be played out by Emperor Hick on the Sejuani, and Wukong going to be played by Hammerhand. We do have that Dragon Maid Talon going to be played out by Armed Weasel Pooters, everyone's lovable character of backdoor ring onto different points. Going to be played by Lulu. Lastly, but not leastly, Krillin going to be playing out the Malzahar. That's going to be one half the team, one half the caster crew. It's L3 IRD, the Burgundian Swords, with the one, the only Gandair. And what do we have on that purple side?
Well, on the other team, Ludifico Pullem Officinas team, Buford playing as Janna, Ning Dynasty playing as Vi, Ragnarok playing as Jarvan IV, Onyx Flame playing as Annie, and Falcon 5055 playing as Brand. And we'll see if... Now, Pooters isn't going to play standard. There's no if. We're going to see how Ludifico's team responds to Pooters existing in this game.
I'm thinking back in the day, I casted on the Dominion tournament with Gandair as well. I'm thinking, did I ever cast a Pooters game? I don't think I have, which is going to be a really big treat for me, definitely.
This is one of those games where I wish I had another camera on the game that I could put picture-in-picture, like somewhere like up in the upper right corner, that just followed Pooters around for the whole game. Like, I'm really sad that Pooters hasn't competed in quite a while. He's been busy doing a lot of other things, and he made some time to come out this weekend and get on a team and get involved in some competition, and I didn't have a Pooters cam ready to go for him. He's probably real sad, but we will do our best to cover the back capping that goes on. So if you guys in the chat want to follow Pooters Lulu throughout the map as he runs around and does his aggressive style of back capping, you're going to want to check that out on the mini-map. You're going to watch that, keep an eye on it, and so you can see just where he's going at any given time, because we might not be able to vocally address where he is, given the sort of skirmish and chaotic nature of this map. Starting items, nothing too out of the ordinary, except for the mobility boots on Pooters, but that's sort of his thing. Likes to have that extra fast movement speed, because he's going to be running around a lot. Mobility boots are only worth it if you plan on moving for a significant portion of the game, because if you're in combat or you're standing still, you're not using that movement speed bonus that you paid for. And Sejuani opening up with no boots, a lot of tankiness, going for that cloth armor and Giant's belt right away.
Yeah, he's going to be the one soaking up all the damage over there at the windmill fight, but we do see a backdoor strat coming in from Janna as well. Talon going to have to reinitiate on that, and now it's a 3v2, a little lopsided for LPO. Can he capture onto the windmill? And that's going to be the big point for this 3v2 engage.
A very non-standard opening. It looks like Lulu managed to interrupt Brand before he was able to capture his own team's side of the map bottom lane. Was able to get there, and now he and Kerillian are facing off, and he is going to get away using that flash spell to escape. Armed Weasel chasing Buford's Janna away, and Ludifico has managed to pick up the windmill, but the bottom right point, the Boneyard, is still neutralized, and the Nexus health is not ticking down the way that they'd want it to. Janna looks like she's going to be captured over by this opposite side. Is the slow going to be enough? Jewel, maybe? No! Sejuani is able to catch up and deliver that airborne.
Great job by Sejuani picking up the kill off the Northic Assault, and we're going to see Emperor Hick and then Nick Dynasty going to be try to get around. They're going to go in onto Hammerhand. Hammerhand's going to take a little bit of damage. Ragnarok going to go snap upon Armed Weasel, doing a lot of good damage through the wake. And we're going to see if Armed Weasel is going to go onto the team of What's Dominion. What's Dominion has to back off from this one. No neutralization, but a 3-cap versus 2-cap. LPO seems to have a little bit of a footing, at least for the start of this.
Annie hanging around in the center of the map, maybe to respond to any pressure from Pooters' Lulu. And maybe they're looking for that, or maybe it's going to be Buford's Janna looking around. There's the response. The second Pooters is revealed. Janna appears, and Pooters breaks away. Does not want to be slowed by Janna at all.
This kind of reminds me in the Summoner's Rift world as the Rayman when you used to play Teemo, or used to just pretty much solo teams all around. And Pooters is just doing the same thing. He's being a big nuisance, people having to respond to him, and it's looking like LPO. I mean, they have the hold in the game at the moment, but Pooters has been doing a great job going around the map.
Going for a dive in the bottom point. Armed Weasel and crew on the Boneyard. And Falcon is going to be taken down. Onyx Flame swept away as well. Vi in the bottom point, suppressed by Malzahar, is going to enable the team to pick up another one. Defensive Garrison by Onyx Flame, not quite enough, unfortunately, even with the additional regeneration on the tower capture from the Garrison. The minions were enough to burst push it just past the threshold in order to kick it over neutral and permit them to get the full capture. And Pooters once again applying pressure over at the drill. Buford having chased him away, but that Glitterland slow is absolutely brutal. Is Vi going to be able to connect? Yes, there's the slow from Janna and an airborne from Pooters. Pooters having to retreat now. How many tricks does he have left in order to be able to escape? Plenty. He's Lulu. Lulu has a speed increase and a slow. Between the slow from Lulu's Glitterlance and her own speed increase, it creates a huge gap between player 1's movement speed and player 2's, because theirs goes down and yours goes up.
Yeah, even with the global movement speed, it's not enough for Jen to catch up over there. Onyx Flame and Falcon now going to be in a little bit of trouble. Hammerhand and Krillin looking to kamikaze that one down, but Onyx Flame taking a lot of damage from minions, going to back away. And now we're going to see if the team of Theo is going to try to reconvene over at Boneyard.
Ooh, Falcon with the stun is able to back away from Sejuani over in the upper part of the map. Armed Weasel, stealthed, escaping, runs through Ragnarok. Ragnarok gets attacked, takes some damage, backs away, does not want any part of that. And they've been in control of this bottom point for quite a while, but they're closing in around LPO. Jarvan dashes away. Onyx Flame takes a lot of damage. Cataclysm used. Good setup for Brand, however, but is it going to be enough to take home the fight?
It should, because Pyroclasm did hit up the majority of the team. Triple kill coming out from Ragnarok. Great job by him. Just keeping it down. Sorry, it's actually Falcon getting that triple kill. And now Falcon going to come in onto Pooters. Pooters is going to try to delay the point yet again. But now Falcon's going to do a little bit of pootering. He's going to go over there. Going to go pack up the back cap onto the claw. Pooters going to have to respond.
Oh dear, Pooters, your health bar, where did it go? Did you leave it at home? Stay away from Brand, he's very dangerous. At the top point of the map, Hammerhand, after that engagement, had used his revive to get up here to meet Janna, and was able to defeat her, and is going to turn the point around in his team's favor. What's Dominion is going to take control of this point in this round of 32 game.
Yeah, definitely, and as we go into this, it's 442 to 372 on the point score right now.
Oh wow.
We have Malzahar just getting a double kill over in bottom lane as well, nonchalantly, and Armed Weasel going to go defend off this point.
Looks like they're setting up to try and capture the drill, but they're going to be chased away, it seems. Pooters Lulu coming in from the back. Now, in the case of Pooters and back capping, if you capture as aggressively as this, Pooters has effectively succeeded and can now group up with a team more and bring his support's kit to play in team fights, whereas before he was trying to force people away from team fights by peeling them off to respond to his pressure. But since they're all balled up around the drill, what are they going to do? There's all five. Were we going to see a full 5-on-5 team fight? Looks like that's what's going to happen. Glacial Prison and Airborne. Good bounce from Brand's Pyroclasm. Ragnarok sectioned away from the rest of the team. And what's Dominion quickly sweeping through towards the drill right away. Pooters able to secure the kill on Jarvan. And now it's only Falcon and Onyx Flame left alive at the drill. Talon's going to bring that rake up to the top and get rid of some of those minions. Keep them from neutraling the tower. And the pressure is just so intense at the moment that Ludifico Pullem Officinas is not able to break out from their side of the map.
Yeah, it's really hard just because of the backdoor strat working really, really well for what's the main, as well as, well, the vision not being really there. I mean, you only have one Spectral Lantern right now on the team of LPO. Can they get more so they can get some vision onto this really, really hectic jungle that everybody has been switching around? It's looking like LPO is going to try to get this. Emperor Hick is going to go start on the Buford, and here comes the start.
Oh dear, Hammerhand dashed into a bad situation. Unfortunately, Emperor Hick having to retreat now. Pooters back active on the map. One of the things I had the camera on a moment ago was Pooters will circle around the map picking up the health relics, and that's how he gets his sustain. He takes a lot of damage, but he recovers by picking up the relics across the map. Fight breaking out at the top. Defensive Garrison just barely saving that tower from going neutral. It was so close. Armed Weasel exhausted is going to be defeated, and Buford channeling on the point wants to neutral it. Krillian says, no, you're just barely not allowed. The point still alive at the moment. Pooters stalking Onyx Flame away from the point. Buford low on health. Emperor wants to connect. and seal the deal, but not able to do so, unfortunately. Lulu is going to keep Sejuani alive a little bit longer. Finally goes down. And Pooter's going to have to actually back away from that point.
Yeah, Pooter's going to whimsy out of there. We're going to see the window been caught up by LPO. Really quickly looking at Pooter's build. Right now only has boots mobility with the Alacrity, upgrade. They don't have it on QSS as well. It's very, very defensive item. It's not very offensive. So you see that little bit of play right there. Buford now trying to disable onto the windmill point, and Perhick can try to capture onto the Janna. Meanwhile, Vi coming in and try to back him up.
And Arm Weasel in the back attacks Annie, but Annie had her Molten Shield up, so he took a lot less damage than he normally would have. Jarvan activating the Ghost Blade to try and kill Talon, but Wukong comes up to bail him out. Decoys away into the bushes.
Yep, Hammerhand going to try to use that mobility and that decoy to get away from this one. Usually what we've been seeing for most of these team fights, what's the Dominion using their ultimate abilities really early. So unfortunately, again, Hammerhand going to catch out on the Falcon, but now going to get caught in 2v1. Will it be enough? It looks like the Gong will go down.
Oh, fake decoy into picking up the kill on Brand. I like that a lot.
That was a really smart play coming out from Wukong right there. So very, very cool. But Hammerhand not going to have his ultimate up yet again. Hopefully this won't hurt the team in the next team fight engagement. And it's looking like the team of What's the Main is going to be okay for the moment.
The top part of the map, Sejuani and Talon are hanging out. In the bottom point, Lulu and, the suppress from Malzahar plus the Glitter Lance. Ragnarok just kind of limping away after being connected with. And the stun on Pooters, if Brand can catch up and deliver a stun of his own, it could be bad things. No, the movement speed on Lulu is just too powerful. We have Talon and Sejuani coming in from the back. Great bounces on the Pyroclasm, but not quite enough damage.
Yeah, What's the Main now going to push up onto the Boneyard, and Dynasty going to try to get around, and Armed Weasel is just pressuring the damage. Can he finish it up? We're going to go Cutthroat and finish it up. Nox in Diplomacy going to kill that one. Boneyard's going to be captured in for What's the Main yet again. Just being very unorthodox on this one for the meta. I'm liking the play coming out from Pooters, but I'm liking the play really coming out from the team of What's the Main.
Ragnarok down at the bottom point, wanting to recapture the Boneyard. And Lulu in the middle of the map. No, Pooters is going to recall, stop, recall. Okay, sure, whatever you want to do, Lulu. You know better than I do. Pooters going to opt to go back, and there's the Shurelya's Reverie for Lulu, so that's going to be even more movement speed, and it's going to help him out with some of those mana problems. Defensive Garrison is going to recover a little bit of that tower capture, buy time for Onyx Flame to get in, and put a stun on Sejuani. Sejuani taking a lot of tower damage. Sejuani can soak for a little while, but not indefinitely, and Jarvan, with his appearance at the top with the Cataclysm, is going to turn that fight right around. And the Assault and Battery is going to help pick up the kill on Sejuani. But Lulu has discovered the drill.
Yep, and Lulu should almost get that neutralized with Buford right there. Gonna stop that one down. Not gonna chase onto Pooters. Pooters gonna use the Whimsy and the Speed Relic to try to recap. He's bringing back to recap. I don't think the drill is long for this world, and then we see Annie trying to come in. Pooters
had to use that flash because Annie did have her stun available.
Pooters just doing a menace of a work, just disrupting the whole team of LPO.
Up at the top part of the map, another engagement. Talon being defeated, 4v2, not terribly good odds. Looks like Pooters is going to swing by. Glacial Prison! Good stun there, and Whimsy on Ragnarok. Ragnarok picked off by the Glitter Lance from Pooters. Buford now being chased away, slowed by Sejuani. Jen is a champion that doesn't like being slowed because she's pretty fragile. And Carillion coming up from the bottom. That's the mark of a good bottom lane player. Whenever you have an engagement that happens in the center of the map, but just below the speed shrine, or not speed shrine, what happens below on the map, either by the south speed shrine or just below the center relics, you, if you're a bottom laner, you can come up real quick, contribute to that fight, go back down to your tower before your lane opponent is able to get involved. Just to show you where that is on the map. If an engagement happens here on the map and you are a bottom laner, you could come up and contribute to that fight. But you really don't want to go up further than that, because then if you do, you risk losing your tower, because you can't get back as quickly, unless the other bottom laner comes up as well. And then you have a 5v5, and that's where 5v5 engagements will happen in Dominion, when typically the teams are split up across the map. An armed weasel, oh dear, the slow from Janna and the airborne, no. They did not want to deal with that. They saw what could have happened. Sejuani could have come in from the side, Wukong, they could have capitalized, and they did not let that. They did not let themselves get into a position where they could get eaten in that manner.
Yeah, the Grez's Lantern over there being very, very key. We're going to see the Garrison being used up on the windmill. Start off this game in Dynasty, you're going to get hit up onto Hammerhand, but Hammerhand, the clone, taking so much damage. We do see Buford using a beautiful general. Was it be enough? Armed Weasel actually going for the point instead. Emperor Hick and everybody else getting pootered down. And Emperor Hick is going to go around and get out of there. Pooter's going to get taken a lot of damage, but now everybody else of LPO pretty low. Can What's Dominion secure this one? Glacial Prison going down. Carillion going to go in, pick off one. Can he pick up the next one? Onyx Flame is that target. Do you see that vibe picking up one more kill? Onyx Flame going to get picked up for a double kill, and it should be the windmill point secured for What's Dominion.
Now, Carillion came all the way up from the bottom because if you need someone to cover the bottom point, Wukong was able to do that because Wukong was defeated. He was back at the base already and couldn't contribute to that fight up at the top. Carillion went there instead, so when Wukong came back to life, Wukong swings down here to the bottom. If your bottom laner wanders off to the upper part of the map, and you've just recently come back to life from being dead or recalling, and you see your bottom laner's not there, but the enemy bottom laner may be in position to push, go down there, bail out the point for a moment, and wait for your bottom laner to come back. If you are the bottom laner, please come back. Don't leave him hanging down there.
Yeah,
Sweeper's being used in the center of the map. Sweeper and Grez's Lantern, both see those sparkles, that is the vision effect. Each team using them to scout out the other side, and connecting with Jarvan with a slow, Armed Weasel with a slow as well, and Jarvan trying to go for the health relic, not able to get it, is back alive though with the revive, and if Jarvan had not used that revive, that would have been a really bad situation because they would have had 20 seconds where the fight was imbalanced.
Yeah, it would have been a 4v1 cap, and we do see a gank over at bottom. Brand going to have to go use up his revive to get back into the bottom lane. We do see everybody else kind of being disruptive onto each other. LPO not really deciding what to do. Now they do. They have the refinery and windmill being capped at the moment, but in the meantime, Boeing are going to be captured down, and we still have this Ragnarok Emperor Hick matchup. Emperor Hick just trying to be another pooter, going to be able to disrupt as much as he can before going down.
Glacial Prison not quite arriving in time to stop the point from going neutral, but the split when that happened, there were 4 in the middle of the map, they saw 4 bottom, they split 1 to top, 1 to refinery, and used the other 2 to just kind of hang out and delay Sejuani, and that got them 2 points. Pooters, however, has discovered the drill. Again, he loves the drill.
Well, they don't love the refinery at the moment. Hammerhand taking a lot of damage down. Buford going to be able to heal up the team. That's a 1 for 0 at the moment. We do have the revive going to be coming back in. Going to try to recapture the refinery now. Buford going to try to delay as much as he can, but it is going to be captured onto the brand.
The over by the drill, the slow from Lulu's Glitter Lance enabled Malzahar to have enough time to catch up and deliver a suppress onto Brand, and then the combined damage between Malz and Lulu was enough to send him back. So Brand's going to be dead for a couple more seconds, which means Brand can't respond to this pressure down here at the bottom, so Lulu is going to be able to keep this neutral until someone else shows up.
And we do see over there at the jungle, Ragnarok going to be able to pick up a kill at the moment, but Armed Weasel going to capture it down onto the Dynasty. Dynasty going to get running away, and it is going to be Ragnarok going to be taken down from this one. Talon going to be able to pick up the kill through the Noxian Diplomacy.
Pooter's being chased away. You saw he used the QSS effect there in order to escape, and is going to burn for a little bit of damage because of that Blackfire Torch and Blaze combination. Taken down by Annie and Brand. And there's actually a particular combo that we haven't seen it employed this game, unfortunately, because there has not been an opportunity for it. But when you combine Brand, Annie, and J4, you can do some really interesting things. If that comp gets picked again, I'll talk about it in more detail. But this game, it looks like it is going to go to What's Dominion. Pooter's helping his team out a lot in that game with some initial shenanigans that gave them a solid lead, and then being able to play a good support for the remainder of the game.
Although LPO definitely had some great damage dealers, so you saw with J4, you saw with a little bit of Vi. Overall, they could not form up together, and they did not have a real good plan on fighting out the Pooter strat. So for game number 2, we'll see if they can implement the anti-Pooter strat, or will LPO just fall to that? While on the other hand, What's Domain had a great job with the Pooter strat, but overall, it was the solo laners. It was those 1-2 second quick kills. Make sure that LPO could not get any other good just help in. So really cool to see that. What's Domain going to be taking up the 1-0 advantage for this game best of 3 matchup? Will we see LPO come back, or will What's Domain close this one out?
And we're going to cut over to a quick commercial. We get the next game set up. I want to say a big thank you to LoLPro, Leaguepedia, Curse, and Reign of Gaming, especially LoLPro, for putting on this show for you guys today. It's very exciting to be out here casting for you today. Again, guys, it's a cash prize. And the cash prize only pays out to the top 3, so that means going to make the consolation game tomorrow very interesting, because 4th place doesn't win the money. 3rd place gets $100, which works out to $20 a person. First place 100, or third place 100, second place 150, and first place $250. That's $50 a pop. If the Steam sale was still on, you could raid Steam with that. But unfortunately, you'll have to wait till their winter sale. We're gonna kick over to commercial real quick, and we will be right back.